Hey Bulldogs! Welcome to the North Lake Bulldog Library. I'm Mrs. Burley. I'm the Library Media Specialist here, and I'm going to take you on a little tour of our library so you know where to find books when you come to visit. First off, our Bulldog here in the library gets a lot of attention. Kids like to pat him on the head, and I hear that if you pat him on the head, it is good luck. You'll see the Bulldog right when you enter the library, and I want to point out that right next to him is our book return, and notice that the book return slot is underneath the cabinet. Kind of hard to see down there, so make sure you look for that book return when you're returning books to the library. Right inside the library, you'll see our picture book section against the windows. These picture books are perfect for middle school readers and are just some really great short stories. And if you keep going into the room, you get into our graphic novels, and we even have a growing selection of manga on the little bookshelf at the end. You'll also find a comic book section on top of the manga bookshelf. Sometimes in our library you'll see books that are facing out. A lot of times kids ask me if they can check those books out. Absolutely. Any book you see here in the library you can check out. Moving around the corner, we get into our nonfiction section. Right now you're looking at the nonfiction graphic novels. We have a whole biography section. You'll see it says biography at the top, and then our whole nonfiction area starts here at this tall bookshelf. You'll notice that our nonfiction is organized by the call number, and it is an actual number, followed by the 3 letters of the author's last name. So the call numbers depend on the category or the subject matter of the nonfiction, and then of course it's going to be in alphabetical order within that number section by author last name. Pretty much everything in our nonfiction section is organized by that number. However, we did pull the biographies out and kept them separate because we have so many of them and we wanted them to be easy for you to find. That's why they're right here in the front of the nonfiction section. And if you look on top of the bookshelves, this is the nonfiction area, you're going to find cookbooks, poetry books, and drawing books are also on top, kind of out of their number order just because it was easier to organize them that way. But everything else pretty much is by their call number in order. The section by the big screen is dedicated to our nonfiction narratives. These are books that are real life, but they read like a novel would. So they definitely have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So a narrative story. Coming around the corner, we have a section of books that are in Spanish. That means they are written in the Spanish language. We have fiction and nonfiction Spanish books. The other half of the library is dedicated to fiction. It is all this section in here. The alphabet, and of course fiction is going to be organized by author's last name. The alphabet starts over there by the door against the wall. It follows the wall along all the way till you get to the blue star, and then it starts to snake in and out of these other bookshelves that are sticking up here. So all the way so that Z ends up kind of facing A down there by the door. It is important to note that the entire fiction area is organized by author. Here you can see that it's got an F at the top for fiction, and then this is Gordon Corman, so it's K-O-R. So we do not have specific sections that are going to be horror or comedy. They're going to be mingled throughout based on their author. So we do have some ways for you to find that. We can search for different genres in our library catalog system, which we'll get into later. Or we even have some lists that you can come and ask us to see. A lot of times kids will ask, like, where are the horror books? And we do have a list of some of them here in the library that you can look at. Also with our fiction section, we have the multiple author series section over here. And what this means is that we have books where we have a series that is written by multiple authors. You'll find everything from Star Wars to Minecraft to the 39 Clues. You'll also find the popular Twisted Tales section, which are the fairy tales with totally different twists that are perfect for middle school readers, and we have a ton of them. They are very popular. We also have Great Escapes, and some other series. The rest of books over here are the quick reads, starting with fiction down there to the left, and then coming into nonfiction down here at the right. Quick reads are going to be books that are just that. They are quick reads, or they are at very comfortable reading levels. So some of the books you probably really loved when you were in elementary school are going to be here, as well as some other books, like we have this whole Orca series of books that are perfect for middle schoolers, but they're just at a more comfortable reading level. Other popular things you'll find here, and this one's a little out of order, is the I Escape series, as well as the I Survive series. And then we have story collections as well on top, where you have a lot of different stories, short stories that are together in one book. We have a whole section on horror short stories, and then everything else. Our quick reads nonfiction are going to be books that are very thin, that maybe would get lost in the regular nonfiction section, or they are going to be comfortable reads. We do have quite a few little nonfiction books there, but we also have biographies, like the big head biographies. We also have the What Was and Where Was series here, because they're at comfortable reading levels, and the You Wouldn't Want to Be, Wouldn't Want to series at the bottom. When you're ready to check out your book, you'll meet us up here at the circulation desk. You'll see Mrs. Buzzo or I here, and you'll notice that we have a little keypad with a number keypad here for you to use. You will be using your student 6-digit number. It starts with a 6. It's good to memorize it. When you come into the library, we'll have you punch in your student number, hit enter, and that will pull you up very quickly onto our computer screens. We do have a small makerspace here in our library over here in this corner, as well as a little bit of space in the back room. So this is an area we ask that you ask for permission before using, but we do have definitely some art supplies, and sometimes we'll be doing some STEAM activities, and we'll be pulling some of the supplies from this makerspace. So please ask for permission before using. We do have a special area here, big tables, for our makerspace area, which we normally will have set up as soon as we get all the Chromebooks distributed. We will have that set up and ready to go probably by the second week of school. And in that door back there is a room where we have our green screen, and we do a lot of our videotaping. So if you ever have a video project for class, you can come up and ask if the green screen is available. If you ever find that your Chromebook needs a charge and you do not have a charger with you, or no place to plug one in, you can bring up your Chromebook to the library, and we have this little charging station right by our circulation desk. So what you do is you bring it up, you put it in one of those slots where you see the Chromebooks. You can go back to class for 15 minutes and then come back and get it. It'll be fully charged in about 15 minutes. And we have a cart full of games that you can come and play during your lunch. You need to eat your lunch first, and then talk to the lunch staff to see if you can get a pass to come up to the library to play games with a friend. Thanks for taking our tour of the library, Bulldogs. So we look forward to seeing you soon.